Hi folks, Dino Bob here. We're in Elebbin Park today, and there have been quite a few changes due to all the stuff that's been going on preparing for this recent update to Update 11. We've got a new dinosaur and, frankly, an entire new park due to a hiccup in the development program. Anyway, so let's dive into it. I'm still using the same entrance that I used before, and you can see it there. There's one really new thing going on here. You see that red and white notice. That is an indication that there is no stock for this eating kiosk, food kiosk, whatever it's properly called. Anyway, so in order to deal with that, you've got to have the goods to put into the park, and that means a loading bay. So this is the new loading bay, and it's recolorable. And when you click on it and bring up its menu, if you can find the right button to push or not push it, you can see that it will hold all kinds of goods and food, up to 600 kilograms of each. And you see the green sign indicating that there is more coming to top off the meals for the various parks. Now, having that doesn't do you any good if you can't get it to the shops, and that's why you need a staff center. This is basically your hiring hall. This is where you will be able to recruit the staff you want for your park. Right now, it's only laborers and keepers, and laborers are what you want to move stuff around your park. So you can see right now I have two of them and one keeper. That seems to be a good place to start to get things going reasonably quickly. They're walking everywhere, so nothing happens fast. Something else you need to get started is your research center, particularly if you want to get your hands on things that don't come with whatever theme you picked. And I did. So you open up and pick what you want to work on. You probably notice all the prices have changed. So it's a very different dynamic now. I, for example, wanted to add the arid theme, and it's much cheaper now. It's no longer $600,000. It's only like $24,000. Huge difference. You get all the themes for the price of what used to cost you when you were paying for one. Anyway, let's get back outside of this. And of course, you need a nursery. You start with a size 1 nursery. And there's Plateosaurus. We'll pull that up. And that's the dinosaur we're putting in today. This is the Gracilis species. There are 2 species of Plateosaurus in the game. The other one is much larger. So this is the starting one. Nice picture of it. And what you'll want to look at particularly, once you've heard Nigel, of course, is this panel, which will give you the kind of fences you need, tell you what kind of habitats. You can adjust the number of animals you expect to be in there, and the size of the habitat will adjust. I was planning on starting with 2 females, but eventually have 1 male, so I wanted to see how much space it would need for that setup. Because this is a polygyny animal, which means more females to a male. Anyway, that isn't pertinent yet. We're not doing breeding. We're not even doing ontogeny. So pop out of that. And I have already had this running for a little bit. So some of my staff have stocked up things. And we're going to pop through this staff door, which is a change to this entrance building. It will allow them to take a shortcut through the building. They don't seem to like to walk through walls, but they will walk through all kinds of other things. And they don't need paths either. My ticket booth is still got to be repaired. There's a glitch that it picked up in the testing area where there's a blinding light from this crowny thing. Anyway, I got to catch up to my video here. I put in some preliminary setups for something I want in the park. In the previous version, it was off to one side of the ticket booth, and now it's going to be front and center. I've also plopped in a shopping and a food kiosk. No decoration yet. We want our guests spending money. We don't care if they're enjoying it or not. You'll notice they're all walking around in the exhausted mode. That will change, I'm sure. But you may have also noticed we have males now. So that's a big difference. And they're using the binoculars. And so we get here in time to see them use the binoculars to see that there are no dinosaurs out there. But honest goodness, Plateosaurus is in there. The sign is telling you what it is, because they tend not to light up if your dinosaur is not around. But I wanted to add a little bit of a sign that I didn't put in during the early phase of this build. Apologies for the general lack of speed builds through this one. The update to the PTB didn't drop until this evening, and I wanted to get this video out to try and get it out in time for my usual 10 o'clock on Friday drop. We'll see if that's going to happen. Well, I don't know at this point because I'm recording this before it's finished, obviously. So I want to use this for where I'm going to name the animals in an exhibit, this kind of format with a modern typeface. I want this park to have a little more, modern zoo feel and not necessarily a theme park feel. You can see it's currently called Gralici. That's because I inadvertently duplicated the letter I that I'm using for the red line. So we had a leftover letter. Take care of that in a bit. So I want the species name smaller, and now it is. And get rid of that I, as I said. And I want to bring the silhouette of the animal in. So these silhouettes will not necessarily be life-size on these signs. I'm debating whether I want to go through all the hassle to put a scale bar in for them. We'll see. I don't really know. As you can see, it's quite large. I think they went with the biggest one for the scale of this sign. Mouse said something on the Discord today that they're going to bring his size down a little bit. And maybe they'll bring the sign size down as well. We just don't know yet. But I want them to fit on this 4x panel, which means they can't be really longer than 4 meters. And working out just where I want to place it. So eventually I'll get that straightened out and shorten that red line a little bit. And want to make sure it's proud enough of the surface that the red line is covered and that it has a little bit of a shadow effect. So that's looking pretty good. And I also realized I had forgotten to do a part of this wall that includes the sign that I had intended to, and I didn't. So that's the next little bit you're going to see. This is sort of a slow build, but there it is. And it's a curved element just to break up the straight lines that are everywhere else on this thing. And because I'm doing it late, of course, it doesn't match the color when I place it in. So I will have to also choose the color and replace it. And boom, there it is. And then a little bit of touching up its angle to bring it against the edge of the path there. This whole habitat is just unnecessary stuff to make sure the animals are happy. I will need to go back in and trick it up a little bit better when I have more time, and also work on the surrounding. well, time and money in the park. We're in the usual race to get to that second star where things seem to calm down. I don't know if that's really going to be the case in the current state of things, but we'll find out. I do know that with only a couple of animals in there, you're just on a steady decline of money. So it kind of makes sense to not spend too much of it until you're at least paying for what you're doing. So there it is. No animals to be seen, but we'll fix that with a little bit of cinematics of the animals in a bit. That's the overview of the habitat. You can see the big building in the back there. It's going to be sharing with something else in the future. You can probably figure it out if you know your dinosaurs. And if you don't, well, maybe you can figure it out anyway. So, like I said, I have two females in here. They are about the same size. Here's a nice reveal shot of, I think this is the more colorful one with the brighter colors on the head area. I'm waiting on males, obviously. I haven't researched that. And when I did a first run at this before the saves got screwed up, I had two very different sized females, which was kind of cool, and I'm kind of sad that's gone away. But it is what it is. Anyway, if you like this video, you know how to find a like button on the bottom of the screen, and make a comment, please, if you've got something to say. I'm always looking for comments. Anyway, that's it for today. This is Dino Bob getting ready to sign off. Be kind to each other out there. Stay cool. And see you in the next video. Bye now.